Morning and welcome to the 12th annual Stanford Africa Business Forum. This year's theme is establishing Africa's place in the future. In the business world, we now have a voice. When Africans speak, the world listens, as they should. There's a ton that Africans can teach the world. That we continue to rise even the odds stacked against us, with limited resources, and with the scars of our past still fresh, is testament of how resilient we are.
I get a little bit worried and afraid, a little bit ashamed and afraid about the way we tell our stories these days in Africa. I feel like many of us don't truly believe that we could be great as a continent.
We still have this issue of not having solid institutions. We rely a bit too much on individuals or good leaders. And so that work is being done in parallel. But we won't wait until those institutions have been built to do stuff. We need to do stuff now.
What are some of the largest constraints for technology development on the continent?
What do you think structurally is driving this $100 billion gap?
What is fundamentally at the root cause of the challenges we're facing?
Stories are not supposed to be true or false. They're supposed to inspire. And at the end of the day, I think we have a huge role to play in making sure that we continue to get more inspiring stories about African creators out there.
I came to New York not knowing a soul, but with this dream of really turning this hip-hop identity, hip-hop revolution, Black culture into something really viable around what would ultimately become a global media company.
The perspective of talent is even around the world. It's about opportunity, right? And how do you leverage that?
So if we actually want to have success in the other parts of the world, we need to listen more to the other parts of the world.
When I think about Africa's growth, I think about where we've come from, and it was really exciting to be here today and see some of the startups like Paga celebrating 10 years. We had successful investors like Ian, who's invested in Flutterwave and Andela.
We had the design thinking workshop earlier today, and we came up with very strong and great decisions that we had to take when we get back to Lagos.
The most interesting part of today for me was the pitch competition. But the pitch competition represents people actually walking the walk and talking the talk and solving real problems on the continent.
What's exciting is to see the conversations evolve as we think about the fourth industrial revolution and new technologies, and we start to see African companies start to think about solutions for Africa.
For me, I always think there's one question that drives my life, right? And I think if you guys reflect on what that question is for you, maybe it'll help you answer, should I move back now, should I not, right? To Buhari's question. And for me, at least that question is, would it have mattered to Africa that I lived? So I just encourage you guys to think about that question for you, and then maybe that question can help you then guide you in terms of figuring out, do I move back now or do I not? But hopefully we'll see you guys on the continent soon.
As Acha said, there are already 400 companies in Africa that are worth $1 billion. And in the room, as at last count, we have 400 people. So as I look to you guys, my challenge is, let's be leaders that build the next $400 billion companies in Africa.
To our innovators who give us reasons to have faith, thank you for the chance you've taken on our continent. Thank you for giving us stories to tell, and we know we need more. Most importantly, thank you for inspiring more crazies, because to borrow from the words of Steve Jobs, it is people like you who are crazy enough to think you can change Africa's story who inspire the rest of us too. Thank you.